it has helped me so much already. My one thing that I would like to get more help with is building my business as far as a team, which I have been getting great help from my coach, Letitia, because I've already added someone on since I've been in her preneur crew already. So it's working.
That's really, really, really good. So, our next person up, April, if you could just start off with what MLM you're with and what's the one thing that you need help with in your business.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm with Sensi, and I would like more help with getting, more customers. And you had spoke about that on one of your Facebook Live, so I'm going to look at the replay on that one.
Repeat the last thing you said, April. I'm sorry. I was just getting my headset on.
I was saying I want to look into building more customers because you had spoke about that on one of your Facebook Lives. So I'm going to go back and look that over. But that's what I want to work on, getting more customers first instead of what you were saying about recruiting.
Awesome. And Allison, you're next. Hi, Angelia. Welcome.
Letitia, she's at work, so she said she had muted it, so she might not hear you.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Hey, this is Allison.
Oh, hey, Allison. Thank you for showing up while you're at work.
Yeah, I'm trying. I might be in and out. Go to the hospital. So anyway, I work with a company, ACN, and we deal with products and services. And even somebody else talked to the beginning was supposed to. Were you able to hear me?
Oh yeah, the connection was bad. Can you post it in the chat?
Okay. Are you hearing me now or no?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good.
Okay. So my thing is that I was saying I work with a customer with MLN by the name of ACN. We deal with products and services, and my big thing right now is team building. My biggest, I could say, problem then now is team building.
Okay, great, great, great. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Oh, we have Angelia. Okay, Angelia, you just hopped on. We're just introducing ourselves and also stating one problem that we want to change, something that we want to work on in our business.
Stating our name. Okay, what am I doing? I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You're telling us you're telling us which MLM company that you're with and what's the number one problem that you're having right now with your business.
Okay. Total life changes, and I always want to increase my sales. Get more comfortable talking to customers, establishing a relationship with them. That's my number one. I mean, actually, no, I'm good at talking to people, but as far as money, making that money, Lakeisha. This is the MLM coach. Can she see me? No, she can't see you. My daughter's looking at you.
That hold on one second. Rory, go do what you have to do, please. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, thank you so much for sharing that, Angelia. I mean, here's the thing, guys, and let me just introduce myself for those of you who are just seeing me for the first time. I know April, you know me. Allison, I think this is the first time. Hold on, let me get Allison on mute real quick. Allison, can you hear us? Allison? Allison? Okay, she is on mute. Okay. So one of the things that, let me just introduce myself before we get started. I am an MLM sales coach. I serve women who work for MLMs and direct sell companies by showing you how to generate more sales online. And I'm a firm believer, sorry, that sales is like the foundation of your company. If you know how to sell on social media, your team will come. Those of you who are struggling with building a team, with recruiting, getting more people under your downline, the bottom line is that if you're not generating a bunch of sales every single month, not a couple to where it's like a hobby business, I mean a lot of sales every single month, you're not going to have a sustainable team. It just won't happen. So I always encourage my clients. I always encourage the people who come on and watch me live every day. I always encourage them to make sales your number one priority every single day. From the time you wake up until the time you go to bed, it always should be about how can I get more sales? How can I get more sales? And once you're doing that, your team will come. It's going to be to the point where you won't have to work so hard to build your team. You get what I'm saying? Because they already going to see what you're doing and they're just going to copy what you do. They're going to mimic what you do because what you do is what's making the money. So that's the majority of the reason why I only focus on sales. And I come from a long background of sales. And at the bottom line, I always experienced when I had a sales team that once we focus on that and nothing else, you can have total domination. So some of the top things that you need in order to have a thriving MLM business online. And let me tell you guys why I always talk about online, why I don't talk about home parties, and why I don't really talk too much about vendor events, because those things are unsustainable to me. How long are you going to do 100 vendor events? How long are you going to do 20 home parties a month? How long is that? Eventually, you're going to run out of people to work with you. You're going to also struggle with trying to compete in those large vendor events. Even the small ones are hard. And it's starting to become much more harder for most MLM consultants to get out there and sell more products because, for one, when you're booking a party with someone, right, 9 times out of 10, they'll cancel or they want to reschedule, and it's like you're chasing people down. And then you show up to the party and you have to really be serving it out in order to get that couple of customers to buy from you. It's just too much work. And if you are like me, a mom, if you like me and you're a mom and you're busy, you have a large family, when you're leaving your home to make money in your business, you have to get a turnaround from that. And when you don't, you come home, you're like, oh shoot, I only made maybe a couple of $100 and that's it. That's not enough to have a sustainable business. Social media, guys, if y'all not looking around, there's some times where I will be on my Facebook, on my Instagram, my Twitter, and I'm just surfing through my news feeds, not to not to necessarily like watch look at social media for entertainment. I look at it as a student of the world. I sit there and I watch how all these entrepreneurs just literally hop up out of the bushes and they're making a ton of money. It's because they're smart enough to know that social media is where it's at. And if you're not on the social media bandwagon, if you're not learning how to use good marketing strategies for your MLM business, to use good strategies to where you can bring in more sales, you're not going to be successful. And you're going to continue to struggle with those vendor events. You're going to continue to struggle with those home parties. And you're going to continue to try and get more customers to buy your stuff. In most cases, most MLM consultants don't really understand the leverage that social media brings to your business. I mean, like, it's crazy leverage that if you guys are not trying to learn the tips, tools, and tricks, you're not going to make any money like you're supposed to. I know you guys are probably saying, well, I do hop online, I make a few posts here and there, but that's not enough. Like, you have to learn the strategy. You have to learn how to market your business online. And I teach you guys several ways on how to do that in the MLMpreneur crew. Now, let me just explain 5 things you need to dominate social media. There's more than 5, but let me just give you like the top 5. Number 1 is that you need an audience. Hands down, you need an audience. Many of you guys are showing up on social media to an empty room. Those of you who are struggling with getting more customers, struggling with getting more sales, even struggling with getting more recruits, you need an audience. Who where is your audience at right now? I'm not talking about a Facebook group where you have maybe 30, 40 people in there. I'm talking about you building a whole audience in the hundreds of people who want to buy your stuff. You need an audience, okay? And I teach you guys how to find your target audience, because anyone can show up online and say, hey, I'm a Cincy consultant. Anyone can show up online and say, I'm an ACN consultant. Anybody can do that. But the bottom line is that how many people who you know is going to buy your stuff. In the MLMpreneur crew back in June, and Tamika and Angelia was there, we built our dreamy customer, the customer who we know is going to buy our stuff. It was like a 2-part training. It was really cool. That's like your foundation, you knowing who your audience is. And most MLM consultants don't know who their audience is. You guys think that your audience is your recruits. You guys think your audience is your prospects. No, that's not true. Okay, your audience is a whole huge community of customers who you know is going to buy your stuff, and eventually you could bring up the opportunity to join your team. But you need to have an audience that watches you and that sees you and that you're giving great customer service to. So that's number one. You really need an audience, y'all. And 9 times out of 10, whenever I get somebody showing up in my inbox and they're like, Letitia, how can you please help me get more sales? Nobody is buying my stuff. I'm literally on live every day. I'm posting every day. And you know what my answer is? I said, maybe you're in front of the wrong people. Because if you was in front of hundreds of the right people, you wouldn't have a problem with sales. It's like if you are in front of a crowd of people who don't need water, they're not going to buy water from you. But when you're in front of thousands of people who need water, they're going to buy the water from you. The bottom line is that we teach you how to find your target audience and continuously engage with them so they can buy your stuff. Number 2, you need live streaming. April, I should see you go live before, like last year, and then you like disappeared. Like, you need live streaming. And we just did a Pass the Cast, Tamika and Angelia and I, and a few other girls in the MLMpreneur crew. And none of them showed up to an empty room. Most of them, hi Tajiria, for most of them, it was their very first time doing Pass the Cast, okay? And for the average person who participated, showed up to a full room of live viewers who was hearing what they had to say. I did a 2-part live streaming class just last month that teaches you how to utilize live streaming and generate more sales for your business. And there's so much other stuff I have down the pipe for you guys. That was just the beginning. But live streaming, guys, is where it's at, because I did the scenario for a young lady who just recently joined the MLMpreneur crew. And, she was, questioning whether or not she wanted to join. I said, hey, let me just get on the phone with you. We can have a conversation. I called her, and she said, yeah, I don't know about live streaming, and I don't know if it's for me. And I said, okay, let me ask you a question. How many people do you normally have at a home party? She said, maybe about from 7 to 10. Okay, that's not bad. Most consultants don't have that many people at a home party. Really, they don't. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Maybe 5, maybe 4. Maybe you have more people there, but they're running in and out. You know what I mean? But you don't have really that many people at a home party. So I said, okay, you had 7 to 10 people on average at your home parties. How many home parties you do a month? Well, I could only average out about 7, maybe about 12 home parties a month. I said, okay. I said, just imagine that you hop on live stream. Tamika, how many people normally watches your live when you go on live with your jury? I think she wasn't.
No. I'm here. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to cook and listen.
That's fine. So yeah.
Let's see. I've probably had about 120 people in the room.
There you go. I promise you, none of you guys will have that many people at a home party. You won't. You probably never did. But that's just one of the things that live stream offers you. You get in front of more people. And what do I always say? Those of you who watch me live every day, I always say the more people that you get your MLM businesses in front of, the more money that you're going to make. Okay? Live streaming offers that. And now, Let me just say one thing really quickly. Some of y'all may say, well, Tamika probably been doing this for a while. No. Tamika, how long have you been live streaming consistently? It's been very recent that you just hopped on.
Yeah. So let's see. I've only been with Paparazzi for a month and a half. So I've been doing it a month and a half with them. So it's probably been 2 months.
Awesome. Right there. And that just goes to show you how what's the potential that live streaming offers. It offers you to get your business in front of more people. It offers you to build your own platform. It's like when you're at a vendor event, you have to compete with all the other people around you. Okay? When you're at a home party, you have to struggle to get a lot of people there. You know, it's like live streaming is where it's at. And that's the second thing that you need in order to dominate social media. The third thing, guys, is strategy. And that's one of the major things that most MLM consultants are missing in their business. There's no strategy. They're just running, you know, some of you guys are probably just running your business on the fly. You know, you're running your business off of maybe what you've been told, but it's not making you money. You need strategy in your business, like badly. You probably don't have a 5-year plan. You probably don't have a plan of how much you really need to make in order to survive. Okay, and that's something that the MLMpreneur crew teaches you. It teaches you strategy. I show you guys how to strategize your business so that you can dominate on social media, so that you don't have to worry about figuring out, surfing or going online and looking for events and stuff like that and trying to compete with the world. No, I teach you guys how to strategize complete domination on social media with all the tips and tricks that I have learned throughout the years. The fourth thing that you guys need in order to dominate social media is consistency. One thing I realized that the reason why most consultants are not consistent with live streaming, with posting and what have you, is that they don't know how to do it. Like some consultants don't know how to utilize live streaming. They go on and they see 1 or 2 people in the room, nobody buys their stuff, or they post and nobody's liking their post, nobody's going to their website, and they stop being consistent. And I think the number one reason why that most consultants are not consistent is because they don't know how to do live streaming or post to where people start to engage with them. We call it in the MLMpreneur crew posting with a purpose. And I teach you guys how to do that to the point to where people engage. Because social media, guys, if you didn't know this, social media is about engagement. So if you're posting something or if you're going live and people are not commenting, people are not sharing, people are not liking, guess what Mark Zuckerberg do on Facebook? He lowers your analytics, meaning that there'll be lesser people watching or viewing your content. So I teach you guys how to generate more engagement online so that you get more exposure. Okay. And finally, the fifth thing you need in order to dominate social media is sales. You need more sales. You need to learn ways to funnel more customers into your business, because without your customers, guys, your business is not going to survive. It's not about your team. It's not your team that makes you survive. It's your customers. And if you're not trying to learn how to find more customers every single day, your business is not going to survive. Your customers are the ones that are going to spend money with you over and over and over and over again. Okay? So do you guys have any questions before I move on? April, you have any questions? Okay. What about Allison? Do you have any questions? Oh, she said 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, so while Allison thinks of her question, hold on. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
Don't
gonna
worry. I
have
know
to
you.
I'm gonna have to be silent. I'm trying to do so much. I'm trying to, as Miss Donnell Winningham would say, quit my job and get out.
Yes. Amen to that.
And you would say, yeah. So my thing is, my company is more of it's more of products and services. So it's not like the perfume, or the product base. Sometimes it's hard. How would I go live stream with, like, I do gas, electricity, home security, that kind of stuff?
Well, you could talk about why people need your service. Like within the MLMpreneur crew, I teach you guys how to build on the problem. You can sell anything if you know what people's problems are, and let them know that
Right.
you're the one to solve it. So with any company, if you look at a
Right.
commercial, that's how they market. They let you know what your issue is, what your problem is, what you're missing out on, and then they go to you because you're the solution. And now I know that may sound easy, but you really got to get in depth with that. And that's something that I go into within the MLMpreneur crew in the segment that I taught about building your dreamy customer. Is like we really go down in detail and break down our dreamy customer. So that way when we're going live, we're only talking to that person. We're not talking to anybody else. So that's something that the MLMpreneur crew offers you, is that you're building your audience off of the problems that you solve. She's doing a lot today.
So I think I'm gonna be listen only from now.
It's okay. That's fine. I just want to make sure if you had a question, I could answer it.
I guess maybe type it in.
Awesome. Okay, good.
Right. But I mean the information. So how long? How long are we gonna be on?
No, I'm going to be on for another 5-7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah, I'm almost closing out.
We good.
Yeah. Not long. I promise.
All right.
So,
thank you so much, Joe. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So basically, guys, just to end it off and tell you the reasons why you need to be joining the MLMpreneur crew or considering joining, is because you need an audience. And I know it's something that people talk about a lot. They could talk about building your target audience, get out there and find people to buy your stuff. But there is a structure to it, and there is a plan that you need to know and understand. And that's the number one thing that I teach you guys in the MLMpreneur crew, is building your target customer. So that way, whenever you're posting, whenever you're going live, whenever you're doing anything that pertains to your business, you know who you're talking to. You know who your customer is. Okay. Secondly, guys, I'm telling you, if you're not utilizing live streaming, and if you're letting fear and procrastinating get in your way, like just last night, I was talking to my MLMpreneur crew members, and I gave them a huge pep talk. Some of y'all said it was a kick in the butt, but I call it a pep talk. And to get you guys out there, and don't let fear, procrastination, and all this other stuff that goes on in our heads as women that stops us and steals our abundance get in our way. Because live streaming is not going anywhere, and it's only getting bigger, and it's a free platform. It's a free opportunity for you to grow your audience, build your business, and dominate social media. The next thing, guys, is that you need more strategy. You need more strategy in your business, and that's something that you guys don't have. This is a business. Yes, you get what I'm saying? Like, this is a business that you need to be sitting down every single month with a pen and paper and saying, how am I going to dominate this month? And this is my goal, and what steps do I need to make to keep this goal? What do I need to do to stay consistent? And one of the things that the MLMpreneur crew offers you is community. Whenever you're doing anything in your business, you always have people there who are in the same business as you, who has your back, who you could go to and ask questions. You could go to and say, hey, I'm stuck, so what should I do? You know, hey, Amber, how are you? Most MLMpreneur crew members, they say stuck within their community. Like if you're a Cincy consultant, you stay only with Cincy consultants. If you work for a certain MLM, you only stick with them. You got to think outside the box. and become more innovative and learn new ways to make more money. Like in my business, I move around a lot. And that's what y'all need to be doing. If you're not making money in the position that you're at right now, you got to move around and do other things so that you can make money. You got to learn how to just strategize social media, because if you're not doing it, you're not going to make anything. So the fourth thing is consistency. When you have people around you who support you and who motivate you and teaches you, you stay consistent to the point where you don't even realize it. It's almost like breathing. You know, it's almost like if you are working that full-time job, you're like, okay, I got to hurry up and get home because I got to really work my real job. You know what I'm saying? Right, Tamika? It's like, because you have those people like that are like holding you accountable and say, okay, what you doing? All right, we're about to do a pass the catch. What you doing? Oh, we're about to do a tell us something this weekend. What you doing? You know, it keeps you hitting the ground running, you know, because you can't do it by yourself. I can't do it by myself. I have a huge community other than the MLMpreneur crew of business besties that keep me going. They don't see me go live for one day. They're like, Tisha, you okay? What happened? Everything all right? You know, they keep you going, and you're just going to show up every day just to stay consistent, but you can't do that by yourself. And lastly, guys, which I think is the very top thing that you need in your business is more sales. Hands down, bottom line, you need more sales, period. And if you're not learning how to make more sales, how are you going to teach your team to do the same thing? You're going to be one of those MLM consultants who builds a 400-person team so that you could get promoted. That's a lot of people to manage. Why not work towards generating more sales online so that you can train quality consultants on how to make money, rather than just funneling people in and out and hope next month you promote to director or lead or whatever the next step is for you in your MLM. Sales is the common denominator of your business. And if you're not making sales every day, there's a problem in your company. There's a problem in your day-to-day strategy. And the answer to that problem is you are the problem, and you got to change that. You got to learn more to do more. You got to learn more to dominate. And that's all I have for you guys. So I invite you guys to join as soon as possible, because we're doing a lot of things in the program, especially coming up in the next couple of weeks, that you guys definitely need to be a part of. And if not now, when? And I'm telling you guys right now, there's no other program like this. You may go to another coaching program and they may teach on things, but not geared towards your profession. This program is designed for anyone who works for any type of MLM or direct sell business. It's designed for your profession. And once you realize that if you join another program, you're going to be like, wait a second, but I'm missing something. Because I'm learning all these things, but I still sort of feel it doesn't apply to my business. And I felt that way. I took a ton of trainings. I took from most people that even been on live right now, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there's always going to be a gap in your self-development because you're in an atmosphere that doesn't apply to your position. So you always have, there's nothing like this program. And I designed it in a way that's, for one, affordable for everybody. And for two, I know you're going to get overvalued. Like, I give overvalue. Like, if I say I'm teaching something and this is what I'm teaching, I give you guys more than that. You know what I mean? I do a lot that most monthly membership programs do, because most monthly membership programs are no touch. Like, you could join a monthly membership program that's more money than mine, but you'll never get access to the actual coach who's running that program. It's just videos. It's just, they may pop on live within the group, but it's less touch, because they're like, what? Well, wait, it's a cheap price, so I don't want to put too much labor into it. But I don't believe in doing that. I believe that any time you invest in your business, it's appreciative for me, and I'm going to give you overvalue so that you always feel like you're supported and that you're learning something. I never want you guys to feel stuck. That's why, just like when I started the broadcast, I went around the room and I asked you guys, what is your number one issue in your MLM? I need to know that in order to be able to help you. And that's what I give every time I am having a Q&A with my MLMpreneur crew members, I want to know where you guys are stuck at. So if we went without talking for 2 weeks and you don't have a question or you don't have a problem, I'm like, wait a second, were you working your business at all? Because let me tell you something, I work my business every day, and I promise you, I pick up like 2, 3, 4 problems throughout the day. Then I go back to my coach and say, listen, I got stuck here. What should I do next? You know, this is the platform where you can do that and be able to get an answer that's going to get you unstuck. So it's very important that you join in order to build a profitable business, and you can't do that without being in a coaching program. Okay? So if you guys don't have any questions, I just want to make sure that your questions were answered. And again, the program is only $25 a month, 83 cents a day. And Angelia, if you could post a link in the comments, or one of you guys, is bit.ly/the MLM Crew 2017. Once you hop over there and join, Angelia will get you on board and in the program, and you can hit the ground running from there. We have so much stuff coming up that you definitely need to be a part of in order to get more exposure. And those of you who are like, oh, I'm afraid to go live, we do stuff every single week now to where when you do go live, you're going to have a ton of support. And you won't have people looking at you with the side eye and say, well, I'm up here and you're down here. It's not like that. We're all on the same level. Thank you, Angelia. Okay. So, April, do you have any questions? Allison, do you have any questions before we head out? Okay, awesome. Okay. I know Alice is still at work. Allison, I want to make sure you don't have a question. You can post it in the comments.
I'm good so far. I missed a little part of it. I had to run to do something. But this
that's
is
fine.
Can I talk to you offline?
Sure, definitely.
Maybe if not tomorrow. I know it's late.
Okay, that's fine. I'm more than happy to speak to you. That's fine. Thank you, Angelia.
But, thank you for the support, because I mean, as you see everything, trying to build your business, then it's easier.
Yes, I hear you. That's what's needed in your business for sure, and you get a lot of value from that. Just from that alone, support, you get a whole ton of value. Okay, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I super duper appreciate that, and I hope you do consider joining, because it's only going to bless your business and help you to grow dramatically. You grow much faster when you have people lifting you up. Trust me, you do, than doing it by yourself. You actually cover more lay of the land that way than doing it all by yourself. Yes, Angelia, great community. Awesome. So guys, I'm going to head out. Those of you who came on, I am going to send out the replay probably around tomorrow morning, or probably tonight if it downloads quick enough. But thank you guys, and I hope I see you in the MLMpreneur crew. Bye.